What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Phillip Richards here in MLB 13 Road to the Show. In my second season in the MLB, playing for the Chicago Cubs here at shortstop. Still no sign of Starlin Castro. No idea what they've done with that boy. I'm pretty sure he is sitting on the bench while I reap in all the glory of the shortstop position. And full-time starter now, and it's starting to show. My numbers are starting to climb a little bit. It's really hard to keep a good batting average when you're just pinch hitting most of the time. You get one at bat, maybe two at bats every 3 or 4 games. It's very, very hard to get in on a roll and start getting a good batting average and starting to hit for power and all that kind of stuff. But once you get plugged into that starting lineup like I have now, you start to get into a groove where you're actually starting to hit well. You string some games together where you hit, 2 hits, 3 hits in one game. And it really starts helping your batting average. It helps your confidence, and it also helps, the most important part, is it starts to help your training points, which leads you to start being able to hit bombs like this one. So, very, very fortunate now that I am a starting shortstop, getting plenty of opportunities to hit plenty of times during a game. Still have no idea why they traded for me with Starlin Castro. Just really nowhere to be found. Just sitting on the bench. It's really unfortunate, but we will have to see what their ultimate plan is. I have a feeling one of us are going to get moved at some point. Obviously, now that I'm the starter, you would think they would move him, but you never know. It seems like the logic in this game as far as trades are concerned and drafting is concerned is kind of just random, which is unfortunate. Like, if you play NBA, and I hate going back to talking about NBA when it comes to they're my player and how I like a lot of the stuff that they do and wish MLB would incorporate it. But they have a thing when you, before the draft, you play a little game. I think they call it like the Rising Stars or the... I forget what the heck they call it. But basically you play one game, and based on that game, you kind of get put into a position in the draft. And then you have pre-draft interviews with like 3 teams where they start asking you questions about yourself, your gameplay, how you'd fit in on their team. And then when you go into the draft, based on some of your answers, based on your abilities that you show in that first game, that kind of rookie challenge game thing, then you get drafted by the team that thinks they need you the most, and based off of, like I said, your interviews. So I really do think that is the way that all sports games should go. Right now with MLB, you kind of make a position player or a pitcher or whatever, and then you get drafted by teams that clearly do not need your position. I mean, there are times and good examples where you could say, okay, this was a good pick by this team, but a lot of times it's just kind of like they randomly spin the wheel, and whatever team it lands on, that's who you get drafted by. And then the trade, like this Chicago Cubs trade, I have no idea why they would make that trade. It doesn't make any sense to me. Obviously, trades are a part of baseball, probably more so than any other sport. Trades happen a lot in baseball, especially with minor league players. So you can't really fault the game for making all those moves like that. Obviously, when you have a hot prospect in the minor leagues, they demand a lot of attention, especially from major league clubs looking to either improve, so they'll trade away some of their young assets that are down in AA, AAA. They'll trade them away to get some major league talent right then if they want to make a playoff push. Other teams will trade some of their major league players to get some of these younger guys to see if maybe in a year or two that they can help the big ball club. So I'm 100% behind lots of trades. I think it's more realistic. Obviously, if you're a hot prospect, though, like Detroit, I'm going to go to Detroit just because it's an easy example for me. They have a young guy that plays third base that they moved to outfield because they know that with Cabrera being a third baseman, they're going to need help in the outfield. So they moved him to the outfield, and they'll probably never trade the guy because they feel like at some point he's going to help the ball club more than if they traded him away for just some arm that can throw in the bullpen or whatever. So there's definitely opportunities for guys not to get traded, but for the most part they do. And that's that. So we'll catch you next time, guys. Peace.